All praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Wakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000 Resi elected, Shalom to you all. This is another Tahars Silver Gold update, dated 12/27/2025. This is big breaking news. This is on Dabu. What I'm going to do is let him speak. Let me slow it down. This is fair use, fair use. Okay, we have a big problem. China warns they are stopping silver exports on January 1st. So we're talking about 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 5 days, less than a week. Fiat collapse. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how much. Matter of fact, I can look it up. Let me go ahead and look it up. Give me a second. Give me a second. And I'll give my opinion on this news. China's silver reserves. Okay. China holds massive silver reserves, generally ranking in the top 3 to 5 globally, with figures around 70,000 metric tons. Let me see something. I don't need this no more. 70,000 metric tons. Let me do 70,000. $70,000 metric tons in, what is it, into pounds. Let's say pounds. Give me a second. What is 1 metric ton equal to in pounds? Do it this way. What is 1 metric ton equal to in pounds? Okay, so that's about right, yeah. A metric ton is about, right, because a ton is 2,000 pounds. So let's do this. Let's go 70,000 tons. Let me do it this way. Calculator. Where are we? Where did it go? Calculator again. Okay, 70,000 times 2,000 equals that's 140 million. 140 million pounds of silver. And they say that they're, let me do this. Bring this back. So 140 million pounds of silver. Let me go to the news. Okay, they ain't giving you no news. Okay, they ain't giving you no news on this. Keeping it out of the news. So let's see. Let me go back over here. So we don't know if this guy's making it up. I don't know. He doesn't have no reason to make it up. We watch the financial news, the Bloomberg and the CNBC, see what happens. But if this is the case, they hold back 140 million pounds of silver. That means the price is going to skyrocket. Forget about this price right here, in my opinion. $80. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see something. Let me do this. Let me go to 5. Let me go to 1 month. 57. So it went up $20 inside of 1 month. So my opinion, if this is true, that gold is going to skyrocket. I'm gonna let you listen to this. Listen up. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Is aligning for the big event to go down, and it really looks like we're entering the grand finale here of this great reset heading into 2026. We got huge things that are going down here. We have, let's start with China. China's making a move starting on January 1st that's going to affect the entire world. They are stopping the export of silver. This is absolutely huge. It's being talked about in some of the underground channels. But
words, they're going to corner the market as far as how much silver they own. Like I said, if it's 72 metric tons, that's about 140 million pounds of silver.
And even some of the bigger guys out there are admitting it. They know that.
So if that's the case, let's see what happens. $79, $80 an ounce is chump change. It's you know, I can see it going shooting up to 150, 200, 250, 300, $500 inside of a couple of months. You know? Let me do this. Let me ask some more questions. How can I phrase this? Why did silver prices go up $50 back in the day? Okay, let me see, $50 there. You know, back in the 80s. Let me do this. Let me do it this way. I think it was two brothers. 80s. Why did silver go up in 1980? I'll do it this way. Why did silver record-breaking surge discovered silver prices at races to fit? You know, I don't want that either. I believe it was two brothers that cornered the market on silver. Who cornered the market on silver to make it go up to $50 an ounce in the 80s? See, they don't tell you what's up. Let me see here. 3 days ago. Okay, let me do this. Let me try this. Silver record breaking surge. Discover the all-time high price. The silver all-time high of US $72 per ounce was reached in 2025. Well, that record was broken. I can't find the story, but it was, I believe, it was two brothers that cornered the market on silver in the 80s, and the silver went up, jumped up to $50, which back in the 70s, you can get silver for a couple of dollars in the 70s. I can't get it, but let me ask it this way. What was the price of an ounce of silver in the 80s? Silver boom can lead to 80s style. I'm talking about the 80s recession. They're not giving me the story. Okay, let me see. Let me check this one. The Economic Times, silver price delivered its most dramatic year, near $64, as silver prices overtake oil, and a rare reversal. Not, I can't read the rest of this. Silver surprise oil. Early 80s. Since the early 80s, 1 ounce of silver now trades at 63, and this was 2 weeks ago. Now it's $80. Let me see. The Hunt brothers. That's there we go. When will silver top its Hunt brothers high? Let me look at the Hunt brothers now. The Hunt brothers. Give me a second here. What the price of his ounce in the 80s? The Hunt brothers. Hunt brothers. Hunt brothers. Hunt brothers and 50 $50 ounce OZ silver. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see if we can get the story. Spot silver hits highest since 1980 as London market tightens. Spot silver jumps to the highest level in decades. Surge, blah, 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 blah. Gold tops over 4,000. That's old news. A week ago, it's almost 5,000. 4,500. They're not giving me the Hunt brothers, but the Hunt brothers, you know what I'm going to do? Let me put in Hunt, just the Hunt brothers. Hunt brothers, $50 silver. Hunt brothers, $50 silver. Silver prices, okay. Silver prices hit $50 for the first time since 1980. This is new news. A couple of months ago. Could silver face a 1980-like crash? When there's a crash, silver and gold goes up. Back then, Hunt brothers caused the decline. This year, prices double. And how do they do that? They cornered the market. So China is basically, if they hold on to the silver, they corner the market, a big part of the market. So silver is scarce on the open market. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing like shoots up. You wake up in the morning, it's $100. Later that day, 150. That night, 200, 250 to 500 very quickly. So silver at $80 an hour, $80 bucks an ounce is a bargain basement deal, in my opinion. I could be wrong. So we got to see. Now we got to keep our eyes open. So let me go ahead and hit this again.
It looks like everything is aligning for the big event to go down. And it really looks like we're entering the grand finale here.
I'm sorry. Silver price shock. If you own gold, silver, watch this. Watch this now. Okay, Mike Maloney and Lynette Zhang. This is Zhang, and this is Mike Maloney. And they're like top experts. You know, he got into it because he got ripped off by somebody. He invested in somebody. Then he started reading books, and he's like an expert. He does, he knows his shit. So does Lynette Zhang. She did a video. I don't remember the name of the video, but I got it on my whatchamacallit, I got it in my MP3 and I play it, and it's basic. It's very basic. She brings it down to a grade school level so you can understand it. And it's stuff that she said I already know, but she broke it. She did one presentation where she broke it down. If you listen to it, if I can find it, get the name of it and find it, I'll send it to y'all.
Of this great reset heading into 2026. We got huge things that are going down here. Let's start with China. China's making a move starting on January 1st that's going to affect the entire world. They are stopping the export of silver. This is absolutely huge. It's being talked about in some of the underground.
It's called cornering the market. Prices go up. Prices go up quickly. Skyrocket. Let's see.
Channels. And even some of the bigger guys out there are admitting it. They know that when China makes a move like this, it's going to affect everybody. Largely because silver is in short supply already. Now, with that said, knowing that on the 1st, all hell is about to break loose in terms of silver, you see this wave where it's running up on $100. Once it breaks $100, just the mental aspect of it alone, the people FOMO into it. This is going to be different than a stock or anything else because this is an asset that's needed for technology and it serves as...
I guarantee you, right now they're buying silver. Right now. They're on the phone ordering silver. These two, I would say they're millionaires. And they own a lot of silver. They're buying more silver. These people that know the business, they're buying up silver. And the more you buy, the more it's what is it? What's the term? Supply and demand. When the supply goes down, the prices go up, like anything.
As the money. Now, here's the kicker to all this. The whole system's broken. And what I mean by broken is silver and gold and most of the precious metals out there, they've ran off of an extremely leveraged futures market. Paper contracts. Now, no one's going to accept paper contracts. Soon as China stops anything from coming out of there, and all this goes into motion, this isn't good. Everything's going to collapse. So what this causes is it's going to cause people to call in their silver to where they want it back. They want it from the bank.
And they're not going to get it because it ain't there. You bring in that paper, give me my silver, you ain't going to get it. That's what happened in 71 with Nixon. He took the gold off the gold standard. And because France and other European countries that gave up their gold, goes back to 45, the Bretton Woods Conference, where matter of fact, let me do this. Bretton Woods Conference. The Bretton Woods Conference in the United States. Let me see something. The role and function of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and international finance governance. Okay, I just want to get give me a second, y'all. Let me see what comes up. Okay, America needs a new Bretton Woods. The dollar is in trouble. This was in July of 2025. This fact is becoming harder to ignore. Last week, President Trump threatened to impose additional tariffs and the tariffs is a tax on you, dummies. His favorite dummies, you guys. Oh, let me see something. Let me just do this. Bretton Woods Conference. I'm sorry, I keep putting up new. Let's go to all. So you can see what it is. The Bretton Woods Conference, formerly known as the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, was the gathering of 730 delegates from all 44 allied nations at the Mount Washington Hotel in America. This is when they made this. Let me see. What did the Bretton Woods Conference do? Let's see what they say. The two major accomplishments of the conference were the creation of the International Monetary Fund, and that's a whole subject in itself, and the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Where was the Bretton Woods Conference organized in? What was the Bretton Woods Conference organized in 1994? How many countries were at the Bretton Woods Conference? 44 countries, I read that. Let me do this. The Bretton Woods Conference. Cut that. How can I phrase this? U.S. being the world reserve currency. Yep, the U.S. is the world's dominant reserve currency as of 44, 45, 44, after World War II. Before that was Great Britain, meaning it is held in large quantities by central banks and used for most international transactions because it was gold back then. This status established after World War II with the Bretton Woods Agreement confers significant benefits and geopolitical power to the U.S., the world reserve currency. You can look that up too. So China's going to, F up the market, so to speak. There's going to be a lot of talk come Monday. Unless Dabu's making this stuff up. Let me see. Let me ask this question. I'm going to give you a couple of precepts too, show you the importance of gold and silver. That gold and silver is timeless. That's real money. Let me see something. Will China hold back gold come January 1st? It is highly unlikely that China will hold back or cease its gold accumulations come January 1st, 2026. Rather, analysis expect the country's demand for gold to remain. Let me put silver. I don't know why I put gold. All right, silver. Yes, there it goes. Yes, starting January 1st, 2026, China will implement new export licensing requirements for silver and tungsten antimony. Tungsten is like fake gold. Effectively tightening a global supply and potentially restricting how much silver leaves the country. That's all I wanted. Yes, starting January 2026, China will implement new export licensing requirements. They're going to hold that gold back. It's going to make the prices go up. Let's come on back.
And the banks, none of them, have nowhere near enough because it's all scam and always has been.
Yeah, because people that have the paper, the certificates that they have X amount of gold or silver in the bank, when they go to get it, because that's called a panic. Hence a bank run. It's going to affect everything that has to do with money. So if you don't know about this, I've been telling y'all this for years. But let's see what's going to happen. We're going to keep my eye on the news. Let's see. I'm going to be doing a lot of Tahars silver gold update.
They're not going to have enough to pay the piper. Okay? And what this is going to cause is a run. Okay? People are going to start piling in the gold the same way, and when they find out that they cannot get their gold delivered, the entire global financial system comes unglued. People in an instant will lose all faith in fiat currencies, not just the U.S.
Your dollar is fiat currency. That's not the dollars in your pocket is not real money. It's fucking monopoly money, and I can prove that. Just dare me. I can prove that this is not fucking money. It's currency.
Dollar. It's quite obvious this is all planned for all these fiat currencies to collapse at the same time. It's pretty obvious that all these governments have been purchasing gold in breakneck amounts. I mean, just record amounts constantly. It's the one thing that's been a constant all the time. Them buying gold and silver at this point. So the fact that Samsung is incorporating silver into the new battery technology is absolutely huge. The fact that China is cutting it off come the first is huge. And the fact that the writing is on the wall and everyone can see that.
And prices are going to go up even more. This man narrowed and he just took you to the brink of fucking disaster. Which is prophecy. There's a reset. You know, the reset is going to involve doing away with paper cash. Everything's going to be CBDC, central bank digital currency. Then it's going to have a card. your car's not going to be good. It's going to be on your phone. Everybody got to have a phone. You can't afford a phone. You get an Obama phone. Now it's a Trump phone. You can still get a free smartphone under this administration. So you can't call an Obama phone anymore. But eventually you lose your phone. Somebody hack your phone. Eventually it's going to go into your right hand, left hand, in your brain.
When this happens, it's going to trigger all the dominoes to fall. Look, man, we've been talking about silver and gold for over a decade, specifically silver. So a shout out to everybody out there that listened.
And silver is easier to buy than gold because silver is the poor man's gold. Anybody can buy silver at one time. Shit, you still can. But at one time you could buy silver for $10, $12.
Getting their silver before $15. Yeah, that's what we were doing. Well, it doesn't mean you have to sell at this point. It really looks like things could just be getting started. 10 years ago, we got into this, and look where it's gone. Like I said, sub 15 all the way to pretty much $80 at this point. We're knocking on the door of 100. It's about to go bananas. You need not miss this, because even if it pulls back somewhere, oh well, you load up on more. That's always the name of the game when it comes to these assets.
I don't ever see it going to 50. I don't ever see it going back to 25. Forget about that. But let's see.
You load up on more. Again, silver and gold going hand in hand, and they're taking everything with it. Copper, platinum, palladium, anything you get your hands on, hold. For all the people out there that always say, oh, you can't eat your gold and silver. Duh. It's not about that. You're supposed to eat the gold and silver. You just want to be a smart ass about it. Of course you can. But you buy goods and you trade, you barter with that. And
and the gold, when you trade, when you buy something with gold and silver, that's called barter. That's called barter. When the U.S. said we're going to use paper dollars, that's fiat. That's fiat currency. It's not. It's real money because they say it is. It's not real money.
Always spread everything out. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. All silver, all gold, all metals. Have things you.
It's called diversified. Anyway, let's do this. Let me give you. Where's the right here we go. Let me type in the word silver. Let's see how many times it pops up on the blue letter. 320 times. Very first time, Genesis 13:2, and Abram was very rich in cattle. That means he had to have land, in silver and in gold. So he was truly rich. Riches is what you have, not the pay, not necessarily the money, but with money you can buy these things. Somebody has a farm, they make money from the farm, from the cows, from the chickens, from whatever they have on that farm. The medium of exchange was either gold or silver. By the way, the high priest, after the order of Melchizedek, what did Abraham give Melchizedek? He gave him 10% of everything that he had. When he spoiled the 5 kings, they took the booties. They took money. They emptied their pockets too. And they said, well, here's 10% of this and 10% of that. Here's 10% of gold, 10% of silver, 10% of anything. See, because you got IUIC talking about, oh, they didn't deal with money. Yes, they did. What was the first thing that Titus did when they took down Israel? They raided the temple. They raided the treasury, and they took all the gold. Did the Levites have loose change in them? They kept throwing it down on the floor? No. People were paying when it was the money changers. What was that all about? pursuant to Deuteronomy 16:16. When they came, all men, Israelite men, are required to come not empty-handed. What do you think? They brought cows and calves with them? They brought money, dumbass. The silver is 320 times in 282 verses. I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces. They were Abraham was rich. Job was rich. King David was rich. Back in our power, we were rich. 1,000 pieces. Let me read this whole thing. Genesis 20, verse 16. And unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee, and all other. Thus she was reproved. Let me just open this up. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me do it this way. Genesis 20, verse 16. I want to read it in context. Let me go to the... it's probably not going to pop up. Let's see. Okay, boom, it popped up. Good. Genesis 20:16. Let's read it in context. And it came to pass when God the Most High caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, this is thy kindness which thou shalt show unto me. At every place, whether we shall come, say of me, he is my brother. So that's what Abraham told Sarah. Say, when any place you go, say that we're brothers and sisters, all right? Because they'll kill me and take you. And Abimelech, and I was right, the king was Abimelech of Egypt. They were just a regional king. It was no powerful Egyptian empire back then. Took sheep and oxen and manservants and women servants, because they had nothing wrong with having slaves. You're going to have slaves in the kingdom. And gave them unto Abraham, and restored him Sarah his wife. Because remember, he had the dream that the Most High said, you touch that man's wife, I'm going to kill you. It was the angel of the spirit came to him. And Abimelech said, the king, behold, my land is before thee, dwell where it pleaseth thee. He gave him what? Ox to pay him back, the reparations, man. You know, he had to pay him because he was getting ready to sleep with his wife, Sarah. And unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee, and with all others. Thus she was reproved. So Abraham prayed unto the Most High, God Almighty, which is Allah Shaddai, healed Abimelech and his wife and his maid servants. Remember, they had maid servants, and they bare children, for the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah's Abimelech's wife. So what happened? He closed up them wombs. Nobody's having babies because the Most High put a curse on them. Remember the curse that was put on in what is it? Numbers 31. There was a curse that was put on Israel because they were marrying women of another nation that believed in BLPR. So Most High put a curse on them. Then he said, kill the women that are married, kill the men, kill the boys, take the little girls for yourself, because the little girls, which were underage, that were actually girls, they didn't worship that God. They didn't know, so you can mold them. So these Israelite men that fought this war and killed off the Midianites of that region, because some of them escaped, because you still got remnants of the Midianites. They took the little girls, and what did they do when they reached that age? they popped them, whether they liked it or not. And then they had little babies, which were Israelite babies. Nothing wrong with having women of the other nations, man. All the nations do that, bro. We're going to do the same thing. We did it in the past. King David did it. King Solomon did it. Gideon did it. There were many Israelites that had women. Moses had a woman of another nation. But, you can't do that now, Tahar. You going off. They did it back then. The Most High didn't say stop sleeping with white women. In the kingdom, we're going to have Edomite women. We're going to have babies with them and the other nations. And they're going to be Israelite babies. They're not going to be half-breeds for you dummies out there that don't understand the scriptures. They're not going to be bastards, you know? Anyway, let me come back over here. So, hey, you got three. Let me go back to this. Not 300, but 320 scripture places where the word silver is there. Let's go to the word gold. In Genesis chapter 13, going to be the first chapter scripture that's, nope, I'm sorry. It's the third. The name of the first is Pison, that is, which compasses the whole land of Havilah, which is Arabia. The Pison is the Red Sea, where there is gold, oil, all kind of stuff in that area. And the gold of that land was good gold, bdellium and onyx stone. 13, we just read that. Abraham was very rich in silver and gold and cattle. That's gold. How many times is it written? 417 times in 360 verses. Let me see something. Even in the Old and the New Testament. This money, that's real money. Gold and silver is real money. That's why FDR took it back in, 1933? Confiscated the gold and the silver. There was a lot of people that said, fuck that, I ain't giving this up. This is real money. Then it went from $20 for gold ounce to $35. It almost doubled. And at that time, U.S. citizens couldn't purchase gold, but other nations can purchase gold. Then they opened it back up for U.S. citizens to purchase gold and silver. Silver at that time you had a $1 silver certificate, which you got 1 troy ounce of gold, which was a coin. It was the ounce in weight. That same ounce is now $80. So back in 1920, $1 was compared to $80 that you have in your pocket. And it's going to go up even more. So you guys that claim you know the Bible and the script, you don't even know about fucking money. Anyway, I'm going to say shalom. You know what, let me do this. I'm going to say shalom. I don't got to say no more. So you can watch the rest of this. I got what I wanted. Shalom.